The other thing about being in the South Side Hurricane Bunker Studios is that all of our kids are here, and they've been really awesome.
Dude, we have made 5 kids be quiet AF for like this whole time. So donate more money because of that.
Heather made that one.
Jesus, I did. Where's your brother?
Not all by herself, but
I don't know. This is the one that's just like me, so I don't want it anymore. You better stop that shit right now. I can see you in the computer.
You should have. You should have. That would have been like in keeping with what I expected to have happen during the show. Preebs wants to know if there's a time limit on the relief fund. I'll keep posting it this week. We're gonna probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah, probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's how long we're donating money from Patreon.
Right. So
this one is the one that's just like me. So like I don't like this one. It's broken.
I'm right there with you, dude. Jack, thank you. You're awesome.
Thank you for being quiet. Your brother doesn't want to come out here?
Lily, do you want to be on the show for a second? Okay.
No! Y'all are nerds!
No, someone will see me. Someone will see me, and I'm all busy with my teenage angst. Get out of here.
All right, so we're in post-show. And what we primarily wanted to talk about was the embarrassing things that Reb and I did. So, I mean, we can start with...
And that I had to endure.
We can start with me because that happened first. Well, I mean, I guess it didn't happen first, but it came to light first anyway. So we boarded up all of our windows and doors. And so to get outside, we were going out through the bedroom window. And we had this plan.
Did you board up the bedroom window?
No, it was the only one that's on the porch that was super protected.
Right. So we decided we would know when it was time to retreat into our safe lair. And the way that happened was we were out there on the porch, and the next door neighbors on the back. Oh, here comes Nathan.
Yeah, here's my other little
one. Here's the other one.
Look, she made that one too.
He was really good during the show as well.
This one's straight.
Thank you, Nathan.
Right? You're adorable.
To the bunny ears thing.
You're my favorite. Don't tell your brother. Go.
So the way we knew that it was time to get into our bunker was the neighbor in back. They have a trampoline back there, and the wind took it and put it like almost 20 feet in the air, and we're like, okay, time.
They didn't turn it upside down and put like heavy stuff on it?
I was so pissed.
That's what we did.
That's what we did. And I was so pissed when I saw it. I didn't even know it was there until that happened. I was so pissed. I'm like,
I knew it was there because the loud ass kids be jumping on it fucking 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. I'm going to poke a bunch of holes in that motherfucker.
And the neighbors over on this side like left their trash cans so that positioned where it would like fly into the house. And they had all kinds of shit that was going to like... After they evacuated, I went over there and like secured a lot of their shit because they literally put us in danger.
Yeah, because I took my trash cans and I put them in like a little side area of my
More
fence.
danger than you put yourself in.
Yes.
And then after I left, I realized, I can just put my trash cans in my fucking little garage area.
That's what we did.
So stupid. I can't believe it.
And also, so the morning after Heather and I climbed out of our bunker, Webb was like, it would be really great if someone would go over to my house and check out the thing.
I didn't expect anyone to be able to get over there because I just figured all the roads would be flooded. And
we are going to post in Snapchat what exactly Reb's house looked like.
Didn't he post it on Facebook for everyone to see?
I already did, yeah.
But I'm going to post it in Snapchat.
So my
but
shame.
Before that happened, as we're climbing in and out of the bedroom window, and we're aware that as we're doing that, the window locks keep snagging on the strings from the blind.
I am aware.
I was aware as well.
Yeah, I told you.
However, I was not aware enough to not destroy them. And I think that was the most significant damage we took from, I mean, we have like shingles in our yard and stuff like that. And it was real scary when it was happening. But
they weren't our shingles. Those were our blinds. Like literally, this house would have sustained no damage.
Except for this guy.
Like even but to be fair, the plants. In fact, it would have increased. Like the curbside appeal. This hurricane increased the curbside appeal of my home because it has been so dry for so long, and I don't feed things that don't cry, so plants die here. Hence the no plants you see in the fucking background. And this hurricane actually improved the curbside appeal of my house, and the only damage sustained to my house, Hurricane Ferris
This guy
broke the fucking
broke all the
bedroom
things.
blinds.
Yeah.
And his foot.
and
and
my
his foot.
Yeah. So I go over the next morning after the hurricane passes through, and Reb, like, we have no power. We don't have water we can drink. And I'm like, well, I can get in my car. Reb doesn't live too far, and I can charge my phone while I'm doing it. And I kind of also want to see how much damage the community has taken. So I go over there. The first thing that I see is that the back door to his house, the board there, wasn't put on. And I was like, what a dumbass. Like, he spent all this time boarding up his windows.
I did screw it in and everything.
With like a
I'm gonna
half
get to
inch,
it.
with like a roofing
I'm gonna get to
nail.
that. I'm gonna get to that.
Okay, I'm gonna
So
be quiet.
I go in the backyard. I'm like, why wouldn't he put that up? And I'm like looking at it, and I can't see any screws in it. I'm like, no, he just decided to fuck it. And his back door is like glass.
Yeah, it's got a black.
So the other thing is that his trash cans are on their side, and there's trash all over his little. He's got like a really tiny backyard. It's like all of like 10 by 10 feet.
Where
There's
he
trash
keeps
all
all
over.
his dead bunnies.
Right.
Yes.
All the bunnies he kills. And so I cleaned up all of his trash because I'm a good citizen
And I
I'm a good
appreciate
friend.
that a lot.
And I
I
sent up a
spelled his
thanks.
name in it.
It was still raining and it was still windy, so I wouldn't have worked. But anyway, so I go around the rest of his house, and like every other window, there's like a board there, but it's not on the window. I'm like, why would he just randomly? Like, what the hell? And as I'm walking back, I noticed there's like itty bitty screws sticking out of these boards.
All I had were like, because I have like this thing of like screws that you
Hang pictures with?
that you hang pictures with basically, and like I didn't really think about it, so it's like these will work, and so I put them in, and well, you know, they go in just enough, I guess, to keep the board on.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Well, they were up when I left.
Tim Moss
so-
win.
Instead of protecting his house, he just made
I just protected the
Projectiles.
grass.
he just made projectiles. Yeah, he made projectiles.
You know what would have been cool? Is if we had all just helped each other.
God damn it.
now
your
you're my
boobs, your boobs.
It's not my, I
Leslie.
don't have that. If we had all just, helped each other earlier in the week that get
Yeah.
the boards up, earlier in the week when they said, it might be a category 1 and it might come here.
Well, category 1, I wouldn't have put it in my windows.
And then we could have been all like put out like, oh, nothing came here. Now we have to take off the boards. Oh
But
my
here's
God,
the
we're
thing,
all
this-
alive.
Right? Isn't luck favors the prepared?
The bold.
The bold.
Better prepared.
So, okay, then what favors the prepared?
Nothing. Nothing.
Like everything favors the prepared.
No, there is also another
Preparation,
case.
like, you know.
I probably have the best emergency kill of everyone. I
Okay.
didn't even stay for
Anyway.
the shit.
Anyway, like this happens more than once. I've lived here for 8 years. This is not the first time they've said, "Oh,
It's
there might be
rare
a
that it's been
hurricane."
this long.
Huh?
It's rare that it's been this long.
No, that's true. We were way overdue. We were overdue
I
for a
know.
hurricane.
That's why
when
I was
worked.
freaking out in January.
We were overdue when I moved here 8 years ago for a hurricane.
Right.
And every year I'm like, oh, this is the year, this is the year. But there's always this time then there's like a hurricane in the Gulf. Like it could come to nope.
But I don't
And
even
so like
think-
people just like, no, it's not going to happen. And I got to say, like, a lot of my decision to stay was just like, I've been through this before. And as the track came
That's what
farther
the
and
Rockport
farther
people
south,
did, too.
I was like, well, if I was in Rockport, if I was in the Bluff,
The
you're a
Rockport people
dumbass.
had the same information that we had, and they
I
had
like how
just
you
as
think
much
like
of a
10 miles
chance.
away are dumbasses.
It is.
And you're just like
It's a
totally
huge-
sane.
Dude, that's like a big difference. And they're talking about 12. They're talking about 12 feet of storm surge, and that is primarily 88% of hurricane deaths
Tell me
occur from
more.
storm surge. They were saying maximum storm surge would be 12 feet, and we're 20 feet above sea level. I'm like, we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Bluff, you're not.
When-
in Rockport, you are not.
When your power went out and you had no real connection with the outside world, you had the same exact
Did you have a
information that
weather radio?
Rockport.
Honey, no, I have Verizon. I have plenty of connection with the outside world. AT&T's ass over here was all like, "Can I use your phone?"
Yeah.
You guys had the same information, and the chances of hitting Rockport or Corpus was the
No.
exact same.
No, it was not.
It could have at any
No.
point shifted.
Like the
I figured I'd
farthest-
just go outside and tell Hurricane Harvey a thing about himself he needed to know, and then he'd go bother somebody else, like I do.
We were prepared to stay here through a lot more than what we had to. Could we have died? Yes. We did the research to know that
I
it was
think Leslie
relatively
just
safe.
saw the back of her head when she rolled her eyes.
We did the research to make sure that
Who all did you put in danger by doing that?
No
By
one.
being a stubborn asshole.
No one. No one was in danger.
No one?
Who was in danger? Just us. Just the two of us and our animals.
Oh, so
And she wanted to leave the animals.
Okay, let me talk about that though. Let me talk about that real quick. Okay, so we have an adult cat that has 3 kittens and another adult cat that is unrelated. So we have to keep them in separate parts of the house because we're the goddamn ark over here. Okay, I'm a sucker.
Right.
I'm a sucker for a hard case. Anyhow,
Thanks, Preeps.
what? What are you looking for, Jesus? Anyhow. So now, like, I have this dog that's a stray that was a long time ago, and then I had, like, this other dog that landed in our front yard as we were pulling up, and I was like, it's a fucking hurricane, get the fucking house. So I made the fucking dog come to the fucking house, right? And I was like, look, if we have to leave, we're leaving the animals. He was like, I'm not leaving the animals. And I was like, well, then they're your responsibility while I leave. Like,
why wouldn't you take your animals?
like, because
Right?
we don't
Right?
have enough room.
Yes, we did.
But they're
No,
like,
we don't.
Yes, we did.
but the animals didn't ask to be left in your house. You're the one who, got them.
Okay, so
You really don't want to hear her reasoning for why the animals would be fine in the house. I didn't want to hear it at the time. You don't want to hear it now.
he was
So-
like, what are we going to do? And I was like, give him as much space as possible and
Would
let
you-
him figure it out. That's what fucking animals
Would
do.
you leave your child here?
Did I squirt any of these animals out of my vagina?
So their proximity to your vagina is the only reason you want to save them? Or?
I'm not going to say that there's not some sort of scientific-based hormonal reaction that happens when you have children.
Right, but you chose to
I would
have
skin those
thoughts.
motherfuckers and eat them if it was between me or them.
God, turn
You
off
ever
your
ha-
microphone.
You ever had a cat sandwich?
God, we gotta fix that mic. We gotta get a new mic. That's
Okay,
really
so
awful.
maybe a little tiny bit of money might go to a new mic. Just, or breast reduction.
No,
You decide, Atheist Airwaves fans, are we going to get a new mic or am I going to get a breast reduction?
But after you send Pablo the
We'll,
pictures,
we'll,
right?
we'll do that after the 2 weeks.
And he spelt my name wrong in his post, so I think that
yeah,
disqualifies my
rats.
picture. Yeah, so.
Yeah. All right. Does anyone want to yell at us anymore for staying? I'm glad I did. And I don't feel like I have to do it again.
I can't believe you guys didn't at least go to Kingsville. At the very and
Yeah,
PD would have
Kingsville would've
accepted
been
you
fine.
guys.
Like, I'm not pissed at any
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Like
I
that was
asked
per-
about Kingsville.
that was perfect.
it's a short trip away. I don't know why you guys didn't just do that.
I asked
I was
about
curious.
Kingsville.
I wanted to see.
I was
wanna
curious.
see it.
I want to see how close to death I could get.
I did the research to know that I was.
Is it because when you get like older, you like?
Your research doesn't mean shit with a Category 4 hurricane.
That's true. If the category 4 had
But
come straight
Leslie-
over here,
Leslie-
you're probably right.
What you don't realize is he's always right.
Have you seen how much water has been dumped on Houston?
No, but
have been here.
real talk.
We could have
real
been the
talk
ones
for a
with
second.
15 trillion gallons of water.
We're at the highest point in Corpus Christi. We're fine.
We could have been the people
we're
with
the
15 trillion
highest
gallons
point
of
in
water.
Corpus Christi.
15 trillion gallons of water.
Saying you're at the highest point of Corpus Christi is like, I'm the driver of the short bus. That's what that's like.
I'm not
This
quite
place-
at sea level. I'm just right
Here's the
above
thing.
it.
This place is flat as fuck.
Dude, if that had happened, do you know how?
Why won't you just admit that you made a bad decision?
No, I'm not saying I would
Because
do it
he's
again.
always right.
Excuse me. I want to say like on Friday when we still had time to
He
leave or
keeps
not.
saying we.
Like
Who cares if it wasn't mandatory, though?
Yeah,
Why don't you take care
I
of
ran like
yourself?
a.
I
Okay,
thought
but
there
did
was an
anyone
mandatory.
see why it wasn't mandatory? Because the
Yes.
city is very cautious about calling a
Have you seen
mandatory
our mayor is
evacuation.
new and has never done, like, we have, like, why are you
I
trusting
get
these
that.
people?
No, but here's the thing.
I ran like a scared child when I heard it was going to be a category 3. I was like, oh, category 3? I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I'm not
No,
gonna
there's
lie.
only 2 more than that. Fuck this.
When I heard it was a category 4, little bit there was some PMI. I peed a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I peed a little bit. I want to say like Heather's having a lot of fun like making fun of me. However, like we switched sides on the issue many times on Friday. There were times when she was like, "We need to get the fuck out." I was like, "I kind of want to."
Friday was too late.
No. We had time on Friday. Dude, we
No.
were out like boarding up houses
No,
on Friday.
Friday was too late.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
Thursday night we were reporting.
Dude, it didn't even get
houses.
bad until like 6 or 7 o'clock.
But had it been a direct hit to Corpus, it would have been too late.
No,
It's
it
only
wouldn't.
because it was
No.
30
No.
miles north
Rod.
that it would have been safe to leave
Rod,
on Friday.
He is always right.
right, just leave
He's
it.
always right.
He's
It
mansplaining
was
the
not.
hurricane.
It was not. It was not too late.
Can you tell us about the hurricanes, period?
Okay.
Okay, listen. So, okay, fine. It wasn't too late. But everyone else thought it wasn't too late either. Did you see how long it took people to get away?
Haha.
I don't care. You can still fucking hear me. Like, it took people a long time to get
We
away.
could
If you had done that-
have gotten in Kingsville in 40 minutes.
Okay, fine.
It was a stupid decision. It absolutely was a stupid decision. And I've never made that decision with any sort of hurricane threat here to
wasn't
Corpus Christi. So I don't know why he makes me dumber, but apparently he does.
Angela,
Angela's just as dumb as you are.
Angela in the chat room.
Angela's
she
a
stayed-
dummy.
Angela's
stayed-
not from here. Angela is really new here.
She said she just wanted to go full Lieutenant Dan on the storm. Yes, that is it. And we did it. We did it. Yes. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, 7:30 Central.
my
All the others done. All the others done. Bye.
You're going to have no legs.
Stop the storm.
Be safe. Everybody be safe. Don't be stupid.
Also,
Make
do
good
not,
decisions.
do not do what we did. We did it one time, and it was like a one-time thing only. When
Make an emergency list. Buy a couple of
Next time-
things every month. 'Cause
Get
it's
some
expensive to
longer
get it all at
screws,
once,
for
and
sure.
just get it together.
Next time
Get
we'll
your
get like
shit
a-
together.
next time we'll go to the Omni.
Okay, $300 and you get to see hurricane sex. Bye, everybody.
$300. I'm in.